Hi, I'm Erin Warren, and the purpose of today's screencast is to serve as the oral communications artifact for demonstrating my best web resources. We're going to start at digo.com, where I've placed 11 different topics or tags and placed inside of them at least 50 different educational resource websites. First, I'd like to share with you the 11 tags or topics that I decided to use for bookmarking. You'll see the topics listed on the left-hand side of the Digo website. They're Web 2.0, Escape Room Resources, Blended Learning, STEM, Professional Development, Family Consumer Blogs and Databases, Collaborative Projects, Global Cuisine, Virtual Field Trips, Tech Blogs, and finally, Universal Design for Learning. Now, let's go through each of these so you can see which bookmarks are held inside of each of those tags. Let's begin with the Web 2.0 Tools tag. Inside of this, there are 12 different websites, including my top 10 list that you can see on my voice thread. They include Infogram, Flipgrid, Pixton, Blogster, EdCanvas, Powtoon, StoryJumper, Prezi, Animoto, Canva, Animaker, and Anchor. These are all great Web 2.0 tools because they allow students to create multimedia infographics, some videos. Some of these allow them to make podcasts or to even make their own children's story. The next tag category is Escape Room Resources. Ever since my very first EDT course, I've been really interested in creating these digital escape rooms. In total, underneath of this tag, I found 8 different websites that include places that I can create different puzzles, even jigsaw puzzles out of any image. I can create cryptograms, or even a variety of graphics that make the game more realistic and real world. Things like fake text messages, receipt makers, newspaper clippings, wanted posters, or even my own news broadcast. The next tag is Blended Learning Areas. Inside of this, I have 7 different websites that I tagged, including Pear Deck, Padlet, Nearpod, EdCanvas, Edpuzzle, Khan Academy, and Edmodo. Each of these websites is a great place for students to be assessed, to communicate with a teacher, and to collaborate with other students. Each website is designed in such a way that students can learn whole lessons through the website or in person. The next tag or topic is STEM. The great thing about kitchens and cooking is that it relates very easily to science and math and technology. So what I've done is I've selected websites that have different experiments such as leavening agents. There's one about the science behind chicken noodle soup, and just essentially a variety of different lessons that incorporate those STEM concepts into a kitchen lab. One of the websites that I really enjoyed was this STEM to FCS crosswalk. So as we enter the website, it shows you a chart that aligns the FCS standards, the things that we have to cover, directly relating those to specific STEM standards. The next topic that we'll discuss is professional development. So the rubric stated that we needed to have at least 2 professional webinars and 2 professional journals. So you'll see these listed here. At the top I have 2 journals, mostly related to CTE and how to integrate other types of curriculum into those courses. And then I also have some webinars, but these are mostly about how to be a technology leader in my own classroom, and then a special education webinar. The next topic is collaborative projects. I do a lot of hands-on collaborative projects inside of my classroom, but I found a few that I could easily use inside of my culinary room. So the first one is a cake project. The second one is an herbs and spices research project. And the last one is a food truck project. The next topic is the FCS blogs, or Family Consumer Science blogs. I absolutely love all three of these websites that I've tagged here. So I'll click on some just to show you how wonderful they are. So inside of them, they provide different lessons. They're already broken down based on category. And then if you're struggling to find something to do for a particular unit that you have to cover, or you need to find a subplan, this is a place where other teachers that teach family consumer science can come in here and provide links to different activities, different collaborative projects, ways to use technology. All of that is inside of each of these. So that's the first one. And here's another one of my favorites called Just Facts. And this does the same exact thing. It has a lot of lesson ideas, teacher resources, collaborative projects. Here you can see some technology as well. The next topic is virtual field trips. I was excited to find some related to culinary arts, so I was able to find three. So one was a field trip of a cooking school. Another was of the actual White House kitchen and the kitchen garden, and another was about an egg farm. The next topic was global cuisine. I bookmarked and annotated three different websites that are great resources for the global cuisine projects that we do in my level 3 courses. In fact, most of the semester in my level 3 courses is spent researching culture, geography, and common dishes for a variety of countries and regions. My favorite out of these three was the Global Table Adventure. This link takes you to a list of a ton of different countries that students can select, and when you click on it, it gives you information about that particular country, and then it also gives you some recipe options. I thought this would be really helpful, kind of interesting for my level 3 students. Okay, so going back to Digo, we'll go to the next topic. So after global cuisine, we have the universal design for learning websites. I chose two, ones that would help with students who are immersive readers, ones who really benefit from having text read to them. I have a lot of students in my classes with those issues. So both of these, Voice Stream and Text Help, were great resources for helping those particular students. The last topic is tech blogs. I selected two different websites that were blogs for educational technology. One is the Teacher Tech with Alice Keeler, and the other is Ditch That Textbook. Both of these are fantastic resources for trying to become a technology integrator. They both provide tutorials, templates, lesson ideas, games, and even infographics. Now that you've seen all of the 50 websites that have been annotated and tagged, I'd like to take you back to the Web 2.0 tag topic. In this category, you'll find what I would consider to now be my most valuable website, and that's Glogster. Glogster.com is brand new to me, so I haven't actually used it in my classroom yet, but I think that this is going to be a game changer. It's a website that allows students to create multimedia posters and graphics. In my class, my students research a variety of topics and usually make posters or PowerPoints to present that information. Unfortunately, many of my students do not see themselves as artistic, and oftentimes they struggle to create a well-organized, eye-catching final product that has meaningful graphics. In fact, sometimes they completely shut down when I ask them to create something beautiful out of nothing. Glogster seems to be that solution, so let's see what it has to offer. So as we scroll down, you'll first come to a graphic that shows you all of the different things you can incorporate into a multimedia graphic. Students can incorporate text, they can incorporate graphics and different images, whether they took them themselves or they found them on the internet. They can incorporate audio clips, even videos, which is really a great resource because we're working with culinary arts, and so it may be nice to insert a cooking demonstration, even if they did the demonstration themselves. As we continue to scroll, we come to the best part, and that's the Glogpedia content library. So I'm going to click in here, but you can already see that there's a variety of templates that are already created for teachers and students to use. So as we enter into the Glogpedia, you'll see at the top here that they have so many different subject areas. And inside of each of those subject areas is even more topics that you can select to find a template that's right for the topic that you're talking about in your classroom. Usually, I can't find anything that has to do with my particular classroom, but even Glogster has something for culinary arts. Just in this one particular category here, there's several items that I could use inside of my classroom. For example, here's a template for global cuisine. We do that every semester, so that would be perfect for what I already do in my classroom. Here's some knife skills. Here's an innovator timeline. This is another project that we always do every semester. As you can see, if I open this up, it provides the students a place to write information, add graphics, and even add a little video clip. In addition, you can see another thing that I use in my classroom, which is drawing out or visualizing a recipe before we create it. So you can see an example of that here. They could put a demo video there, lots of graphics, step-by-step directions, all so that it's right in front of them. Going back to things that might be more accessible for other people that don't teach culinary arts, let's look at the templates that they offer. So unfortunately, before I found Glogster, I was creating these templates for my students on PowerPoint, and it was taking hours and hours and hours. And I was finding that the students were doing much better with the creations that they were making. But this is going to make it so much easier and save me so much more time. So as we scroll through the templates, these are things that not only give the teacher some ideas of projects that students can complete, but it also gives the students a great starter where they can just start inserting graphics and it's already organized and nice and neat so that they can come out with a final product that they're proud of. So let's look at the timeline, the historical timeline. So with many subject areas, you can research the history of anything. But what's great about this is that it already has that timeline set up for the students. It has great, easy places to insert images that they can either take themselves or they can find off of the internet. And then at the bottom, it also gives them the option to insert a video, which is, again, great. This is more multimedia. It's going to make their project more eye-appealing, more interesting to the other students when it's presented. The last template that I'll show you is under the feature. This is the template that made me know that this was a wonderful website that I could definitely use in my classroom. I'm going to click on this Cuba one. This is an example. Every semester, my level 3s do a global cuisine project, and I'm always trying to find a new and exciting way for them to present that information. So for the project, they select any region that we haven't talked about, and they research the culture or the geography, different recipes and cuisines that are specific to that region. This template right here pulls all of that information together. And again, the thing that I just love is that they can insert a video. A lot of times in culinary arts, it's really difficult for students to visualize something that you're trying to describe or a process that you're trying to describe. So if the students are talking about a particular cuisine that no one has heard about, it's going to be very difficult to describe it and the students understand. So it's great that they can put that video right here as part of their presentation. So this is glogster.com, which I've come to find is my most valued website. And I'm so glad I got to do this project because I wouldn't have found this website otherwise. I can't wait to use this Web 2.0 tool inside of my classroom. Thank you so much for watching my screencast. If you have any questions, please reach out.